We just recently had Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Teofimo Lopez, all these stars on one card in New York. To me, it seems as the person who's been criticized the most is Devin Haney, quote unquote, running and not engaging enough is what is being said. I feel like Devin Haney is a very slick boxer, as well as Caleb Plant. Do you feel like nowadays people have to come and entertain the fans as opposed to going in there and getting a win? Or do you feel like, where's your stance on that? Because I feel like Devin's getting unfair criticism.
That's a great question. I feel like that the fans are paying to see you, so you have to do something to entertain them, but you don't have to sacrifice a win to entertain them. Because if a guy like Devin, let's say Devin fights like Joe Frazier. What's up, champ? If Devin fights like Joe Frazier and starts losing, you know what people are gonna say? They're gonna say that he don't have no IQ, fighting stupid. So he has to fight within the style that's best for him to win. And then if he could put a little bit of entertainment on that style, then he can. Caleb, scores a decent amount of knockouts, so he's okay within his style. He got a big knockout his last fight, got a knockout of the year versus Darrell. Him and Benavidez was putting leather to each other. So he puts a little bit more in it. But Caleb is actually a better puncher than he would think. Devin doesn't seem like a big puncher, so he has to do what he has to do to win. You know what I mean? Devin tried to walk a guy down, and even though Ryan was on, came in overweight and had the PED issues or whatever happened with all of that, people laughed at Devin because he got knocked down 3 times and it wasn't beneficial to his style. So he has to be smart and use his IQ, and then use his IQ when he has to fight the style that's best with what God gave him. Everybody's not a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you have to fight the style that benefits you the most and then entertain after that. So I do think it's professional boxing and you do have to entertain, but you can't do it at the cost of your victory. So it's a happy medium. Could Devin have let his hands go a little bit more? Probably, but I give Devin a lot of grace. That was his first fight back. And getting clipped, man, with big shots. People can act like, oh, it's okay, you just a fighter. It takes time to get over that. Everybody is not going to just get over that in one fight. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes fighters have a little PTSD. Sometimes they need to get their feet wet a little bit. Sometimes they have to figure out, when to push and when to pull. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. Guys like Terry Norris and Tommy Hearns, they're like crazy guys where they could just get clipped and come right back at the next fight and they fine. Everybody's not like that. It takes you a little time. Marco Antonio Barrera is a great fighter. It took him a little time to come back from the Junior Jones fights in the 90s, Your dad was part of fights like that with Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, that was rare to get clipped like that and come right back the next fight. That don't happen that often. So I think that we got to give Devin a little bit of time to get himself together, work himself back into a flow, find his little space where he's boxing and entertaining. Because I didn't think he ran from Cambosis. I thought that was a good type of performance, But Devin has to be careful. He can't overslug and slug too much and get clipped again, and then everybody's going to laugh at him on that end. So his job is to get the win, because sometimes when people don't like you, they pay to watch you lose. So it's a lot of different moving parts with that. I will say that I thought the guy William Skull, I thought that was running. I didn't like that. He overdid it. He just took all of the play out of the fight. He didn't want to engage. He should have had a point. I wouldn't have cared if he got disqualified. I didn't see Devin doing that. I saw Jose Luis Ramirez missing a bunch of punches and not really doing nothing, and Devin got the criticism. It was almost like people was mad that Devin didn't let Ramirez clip him.
Right.
So I don't really know. It's a happy medium. I thought William Skull overdid it. I thought Devin could have let his hands go more, but I understand why he didn't. He didn't get knocked out, but he got hurt real bad. He got dropped 3 times. People laughing.
He ain't never been down before.
Yeah, people laughing at him, people saying different things about him. So he got to figure that out. You know what I mean? He has to figure that out. I've dealt with a lot of fighters who've been clipped, man, and everybody reacts different to it. And I just think that people don't like Devin for whatever reason. I'm watching him boo the kid at the weigh-in. It's weird to me. He wasn't the one that came in overweight or was on PEDs. but they boo him. So people don't like him, so they kind of want to see him get knocked out and want to see him trade. And I honestly don't think that would be good for his career if he did it. I don't think he has the body mechanics. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say nothing bad about him because I really like Devin, but I don't think he's the kind of guy that can trade like that. There's some guys, boxers, that can, like a Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather. Those kind of guys, they can get down and dirty if they can. I think Devin got to be real smart and box the way that he needs to box. His body mechanics is a little different from theirs, you know what I'm saying? Devin is real good, but if you look real good, he's not like a great counterpuncher. So he's not on the James Toney tip where he's slipping and rolling and coming back with nasty shots. His legs and his jab is a lot in his defense. And he got to fight that way because that's the way nobody's beating him. Because he's so long and he's so tall for that weight. Well, he moved up. So, but at lightweight, his arms was long. He had good conditioning. It was hard for those guys to get to him. So I think he got to fight the way that he should fight for his style. And then once he gets a little bit comfortable, try to add a little bit to it to entertain the fans without sacrificing the win, and he'll be okay. But I don't want to judge him on one fight. I think people overdid it a little bit because they don't like him.